Today we're going to show you just how easy it is to create a double exposure effect in Photoshop. So for a double exposure, really all you need is two photographs, and I suggest using images that have a high contrast between dark and light. In this case, we're going to start off with a silhouette. So I have my background image here in Photoshop. You can see my subject is in silhouette. This light and dark contrast is going to work perfectly for our double exposure. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go grab our sample images. I actually have two different ones. We have a palm and a tree. Now you guys can actually download all these. They're totally free on Phlearn.com. Just click on the link right down below. So let's hold Ctrl or Command. We're going to click on both of those. I'm going to click and drag them right here into Photoshop, and it's going to place them. I'll just hit this checkbox right up there. It's going to place them both as smart objects on top of my canvas. Now, this exposure effect is incredibly simple to do. All you have to do is click on your layer. Let's just go ahead and make sure just the tree layer is visible for now. Just click on your layer, and we're going to change our blending mode from normal to screen. So let's click here on normal, and we're going to go right down to where it says screen. And literally that's all there is to it. From here, it's just about kind of positioning the photograph and deciding where you want it. You can see for the other image here, where we have light with a dark silhouette, we're going to go from normal to screen as well, and we're going to get a different effect. Now, of course, you want to transform this so it takes up your entire canvas. So let's go ahead into our palm image. I'm going to hit Ctrl or Command T for transform. We're going to go up here where it says width and height, and I'm going to click and drag to the right on height, and it's just going to make that a little bit larger, and hit enter. There you go. You can see you can move this around, and as you do, you have your double exposure effect. And this looks really great. And again, what's making this work is the big difference between light and dark. So we can see for the background image, we have our subject has a relatively light background with our dark subject. So when we put a new image on top, it stands out. We still see our subject very, very clearly, but we also see the information of the light and dark contrast on our new image. So you need that light and dark to be able to actually see both the subject from your original photo and the new photo. Now, I really like this image here, this tree. I think it's beautiful, the tree kind of growing up with our subject. What we're going to do is let's go to this layer, and I'm going to hit Ctrl or Command T for transform. And then you can kind of just grab these corners here. You can hold Alt or Option to click and drag them out. Now I can make this bigger like this. I could just keep on making it bigger, but I don't like how the tree is no longer inside of my subject. So I want to kind of make this a little bit smaller. I think this looks great there, but in this case, really what we don't have is I don't have a lot of room above my subject. I don't have a lot of room right over there. So I've got another amazing tip for you, and this is going to be using Generative Expand. So check this out. We have our tree layer, right? And we brought this in as a smart object, as you can see. Remember, I just clicked and dragged it right onto my canvas. That's going to bring it in as a smart object. So if I want to generative expand just this layer, it's actually really easy to do because it's a smart object. So here on my smart object, I just double click right there on the smart object, and look at that. It just opens tree.jpg in a new window. Now, the cool thing here is I can use Generative Expand to expand my canvas out. I can make the canvas larger, and then all I have to do is merge my layers, save them out, and it's going to automatically transfer to the other image where we have that double exposure. Okay, let's show you how to do it. It's really easy. We're gonna hit C for the crop tool, or you can click on the crop tool right over here. Next, where our fill settings are, we're gonna go right over to Generative Expand. Let's a little previews over there. Okay, fill, you want to make sure it says Generative Expand. Go ahead and click there. Now with Generative Expand, remember I wanted this to be a little bit taller, so let's go ahead and make it a bit taller. You know, we'll go ahead and expand it on the other borders as well. I'm going to hold Alt or Option, and it's going to bring me information on both my sides. So I'm going to make this we're going to just make this image quite a bit bigger, really, is what we're going to do, because I want it to better fit with my original photograph. You can see the original photograph was vertical. This is horizontal. I need them to fit better. So all you have to do is make sure you just extend your crop boundary just like we've done. And then, because our fill setting is set to Generative Expand, all you do is click on Generate here, or click on that checkbox right up there. Let's go ahead and click on Generate. Now, this is going to be using the latest model from Adobe Firefly. This is the Fill and Expand model. Really nice addition to Photoshop. And this is going to give us here in our properties window, we're going to get 3 different variations. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be using 3 AI generative credits because we have 3 different variations. So that means we're using 3 credits. So here in our properties window, we can see for our variations, I can just kind of click through these and decide on my favorite. You know, I think, yeah, that one looks pretty good. So all we have to do now, keep in mind that this is a separate document. what we're gonna do is hold Shift and click on both of these layers. Okay, this is our original layer. This is our Generative Expand layer. I'm gonna Shift click both of those, okay, and we're gonna merge them together. So you can go to Layer, down here to Merge Layers, okay, and you can see the keyboard shortcut is Control or Command E. So we're gonna click on there, or you can hit Control or Command E. Fantastic. Now that they're merged back together, because this is a JPEG up there, so you can't have layers, merge it back together and then just save it. Control or Command S to save. It's gonna ask you what your JPEG options. Sure, that looks good. Hit OK, and then close this out. And as soon as I close this out, look at this. Now my tree, remember, instead of just being like small in this little area, it's literally taking up almost the entire canvas. So I've used Generative Expand and I can continue to make this a little bit smaller. And now I can kind of fit the tree where I want inside of my subject. And look at this, I've just expanded the borders of my image. Now I'm gonna hit C for the crop tool, and we're just gonna crop in to give it the actual aspect ratio that we want of our new image. Let's hit enter there. And we can continue to move this tree around and get this exactly where we want it. I think this looks awesome. I really like this image. The tree behind our subject. Again, go for those silhouettes. The big contrast between light and dark is what makes these double exposures work. If you just do things with medium contrast and lightings that's all scattered, it's not going to be really well defined. This is the sort of thing that works. The dark tree on a light background, or the dark subject on a light background, or a light subject on a dark background. We're looking for that big contrast. But you can see, if you have two images that you like, they don't fit exactly together, super easy. Just Generative Expand one of them, save it out, and then bring it back together, and there you go. So here's our original image. There's our double exposure with Generative Expand. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this, don't forget you can download all of the sample images to follow along, totally free. Just click on the link right down below. And if you want to get more free tutorials, click on subscribe. Thanks again. I'll Phlearn you later. Bye everyone.